Right guys, attention everybody. We're going to start running the presentations. Whether you've got a slideshow or not, it's not really a big deal. If you do, you obviously know it. We're running it as Treasurer is going to speak first, so positions currently up. There's like one guy, Duncan, going for it. Then we'll have Secretary, Andrew's running for that. Vice President, which is Blair and Gordon. And President being Alistair, Ian and Rory. So, is that all for you, dude?
Yeah, well, I was going to have a presentation, but it was just going to consist of vote me equals cake. But
a good argument.
Considering how nice we've been to the cake people, I doubt they'll come again. But yeah.
I don't know, I'll see what I can do.
Natalie's getting them. But yeah, why should you vote me? Well, I've been to nearly every meeting, apart from the ones where I was too lazy to get out of bed.
Were you drunk?
That's some different stuff. I'm part of the security committee. Yeah. And I'm uncontested, so you could either just drag this. You could either drag this process on for longer, or you could vote me. So. Or you could vote for Ian again, but look at Ian, he's sitting like this. Do you really want a president who... Do you really want a treasurer who's so bored he's sitting like this?
And I'm just
vote me. Vote Duncan. Get cake.
Right, next up, Andrew.
Hello, I'm running for Secretary, heads up who I am and what I've done. Been to pretty much every society meeting. I'm involved with the website. Leader of the web team, some of you are here. The society rep, which you voted in earlier on in the year. Involved with other things outside of the society involvements of tech, such as OWASP and the Security Committee. As for why you should vote for me, I think that I would like to bring sort of more structure, more organisation to society. I mean, there's still, you know, we've got our AGM in the middle of exams. It's not ideal. If we'd organised sooner, we might have been able to avoid that and maybe get a wider turnout here. Want to improve the community's interaction with the society. So, you know, other people suggest things and put more sort of force into actually making it happen. As Secretary, I'd like to add sort of more variety to the meetings. Right now we seem just to come in, see a talk and go to the pub. Things like the movie night and the debate night and that we had. I thought the debates were a little bit boring, Python versus Ruby. Oh, shut up, Ruby. But, you know, they were exciting, they were different, and they were engaging. I think that's what we need. As a committee member, I think I would be approachable and I'm determined. So if somebody thinks, we think we could do something about this, I will fight in the corner. And I'm already engaged with student politics and forming the SRCs and things like that. So, yeah, I'm uncontested, but if you don't feel up for the job, you can still vote Ron. I've not met him, but none of you guys can steal that joke. But
I'm pretty sure that went down at the essay as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks very much.
Alright, it is Blair, Vice President. Your turn, man.
Does Gordon want to go first? Yeah, gentlemen. Right. We used to joke about
Yeah, you might need to switch it.
this one.
Yeah.
Switch on.
It's on, I think we need to switch the over to. There you go.
Usually just mine.
Yeah, just name passwords. And all your passwords are must. I didn't know you were that good at maths.
so you're trying to
Try and work out how long it'll take before we hit the valid hash if there's only one possible hash, but there's going to be in reality millions.
millions if it is more than one hit. True that.
That's actually a really good chance.
Yeah, pretty damn good chances.
It's an inflection. The wrong hashes were using as well. Only one.
That's the cyclic system, they reuse all hashes.
That's a lot of fun.
It's not a few. Anyway, I can make this stuff as well.
Where's the big opening?
Just use the lesson.
On this? Yeah. Right, that's
Is it working then?
I'll just use this. Okay guys, welcome. As you know, my name is Blair. And today I'll be running for Vice President, well I'll be trying to run for Vice President of the Ethical Hacking Society. So yeah, the position is Vice President, so really I'm working with the President of the Society and the members, trying to make the society better and a more friendly place for everyone. Okay, the aims, my aims for next year's society is try and encourage more members to do more talks. I know quite a few people did some flash talks, but try and expand on maybe their projects. I know all years do projects, so try and maybe give a talk on anything, because at the end of the day it's all about sharing information, and that's why we're here, so why not? More industrial talks, try and get out there, get us knowing. I know we are, and we have been doing that over the past few years, but just try and get ourselves out there and get some more people in. It's not hard to get people in really, just smiling at I'll look at stuff. Okay, more activities for society members. What I was thinking is, what I was proposing to do is perhaps get the society as a whole and go out on the weekend and organise paintballing or bowling or just wherever, just all kind of get together and chill out really. It's all about, it's all good on a society on a Wednesday, but we should do more things. Let's just say, yeah, it's not about me, okay? But yeah, okay, so why me? Well, I'm a good listener, I can, talk to anyone about anything really, so don't be afraid to come to me, no problem.
Snigger at the back.
Okay, I'm quite organised, I can do multitasking. Okay, I'm open to new ideas, which is quite a good thing, trying to envelop everyone as a whole. And yeah, I have a great interest in the society. I mean, as a first year, I'm kind of starting off quite big actually, but it's all about experience and it's all about getting yourself out there. Okay, incentives. Okay, do you guys want cakes on a Wednesday? Yes, okay. Try and get that big in society to make us cakes, okay, in the nicest possible way. Okay? Do you guys want seats reserved in the pub? Yes, okay? Because those game of society guys, nah, we don't know. Okay, and I always think that friendly competition within the society is a good thing. Perhaps competitions in small groups, small teams, up for negotiation, discussion later on, and of course, free hugs and a pint if you're lucky. So you guys, so vote me as Vice President of the Ethical Hacking Society. Cheers.
Go ahead, you go. So most of you probably know me already. That was the second one. We'll slow down. Well, right. First year hacker, where I'm actively involved in society. I've been to pretty much every meeting. I've been to all the trips we've done. Been active in, meeting the. Like meeting society guys, industry guys, and definitely. Yeah. So first point.
very comfortable in front of an audience. Committed. I'm a member of the web team. I'm involved in organising Security next year, and well, I've got some experience from my time in the Open Source Society, where well, we organised an EGM and there was a whole bunch of constitutional stuff, so I've got experience in that. Yeah. Well, basically, I just think the Ethical Hacking Society is very important to our education. I mean, I've definitely learned more here than I have in the past. And I mean, everything Claire said is spot on. We need, you know, more talks from outsiders, more activities. Yeah, it's just. But I really like to, you know, help improve all that crap. Yeah, cheers.
Listen.
Nice. I was making all, but
You can do my campaign now, that's it.
Let's go. You're gonna have to give me a couple of seconds to start this.
Now you know what to do to get one extra more. You just get a text at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm waiting.
I'm offering you ideas. Stop this my holding the door shut.
Try it out.
It's my colour. The shark card. He's just in the shark.
Will you come on?
Pure training. Say it there on my desk.
Going
Oh, fuck off. That's what you get for using open source software.
Google Docs.
You want to? Does it? Do you
Yeah,
want your laptop?
yeah.
Can I use your laptop?
Do you want to use mine? Because I'll be like, that doesn't matter.
Are you going to be up now?
No, I'm not answering, but
Yeah, that's a better idea. I'll use
That's how many patches that could be.
No, right. Work.
And that's what I think. That's what.
Yeah, you said it wasn't going to come there.
No, yeah.
It takes me, well, some people says that I can't make it all right. That makes it more. He stayed in his bed for like Studies. You don't pass your exam. You
don't pass your exam, you can't do next year.
Yeah.
Is that it now?
How many essays you done? Then you have like 7 hours. I used to like 1 and 2 You're doing like a bits and bobs up all on the moment.
I've been working on 3, but I think one tonight, one.
Well, these you've done the rest.
Why do you have to do that?
Alright, so hi, I'm just going to talk to you about my opportunity to run for student president for
the Ethical Hacking Society. First things first, I think we need to say a really big thank you to Rory and Dan both for doing so good for these last 2 years. I mean, at least I can remember they've been running it since I joined the first year, which is the first year, in fact, wasn't it? The first, so thank you very much to you guys. And you actually put me in a bit of an awkward position running against you. You bastard, right, okay, go.
Just hit F5, which should just use the
Control.
well, it's LibreOffice, that's Wish.
Oh, you fuckers, this is the worst thing I've
And
done.
what I did is just change it so it mirrors the laptop screen.
Sir? You're not
The
talking.
first part of talk I've ever done in my life was ever from
I thought
Is this deliberate savage? You got Linux experience.
Rory, isn't it Ubuntu as well?
You don't have to fix this, right?
X.com. You've seen every slide.
No.
Yeah, you've seen it all right.
Ubuntu was
You
very
read it
good.
all.
I know that.
Please.
It just doesn't always work.
Oh, it does. Ubuntu always works.
The most horrible configuration.
I've never had to edit it ever.
Right, sweet, we're moving on. Okay, so going back a couple of steps. Yeah, who am I? If you don't know me by now, my name is Alistair Smith. Most people just call me Ali. I'm from Manchester. I'm 20 years old and I'm a second year ethical hacker. I think in the university I'm probably most well known, at least within the people who know me. I'm pretty into my low level stuff, so if you ever have a question about that, I'm happy to answer it. I think that's the way I feel about things. So I want to talk to you a little bit why I think I'm suitable for the position as president. You know, as I said, Rory has done a great job, and I'd be more than happy if he continued again for next year. But seeing as I'm running, I might as well do a good job of it, right? So some of my attributes: I'm a driven, enthusiastic person. I'm highly emphatic about this area of my life. I think that I truly believe that ethical hacking is definitely a lifestyle. It's not a day job, and I think anyone who believes otherwise, you know, they need to look at whether or not this is what they really want to do. I think all of these attributes, you know, me being involved in the community as a whole and being committed to ethical hacking as a subject, I think these are attributes you really want in a president. You want someone who's going to be thinking about this day in, day out, who's looking to improve. And I think all of these aspects are things which I am. I think I am a person who likes to push forward, likes to accelerate the position that we're currently in and get somewhat better. I think that's something you guys want as a whole. So that's why I think I'm suitable for the job. What do I want to achieve? Now I've got some major goals and I've got some minor goals, right? And I'm a person who believes that if you're going to do something, do it right the first time. I don't want to do multiple things and have a half-baked project by the end of it, right? So one of my major goals is I want to encourage the development of employable skills in all of our members. And you know, ever since MWR came up and ever since I've been to BrewCon and I've been meeting a lot of people who work in the industry, and often they'll say, we don't give a damn what your degree was, any of that, you know, they're going to retrain you. What they want to see for someone they really want to employ are skills that you've put into use. So if you're an exploit developer, like I personally believe I'm into my exploit development, they want to see you've developed exploits. They want to see that you've looked at network attacks, you've tried network attacks, you've been to conferences, you've done all this, and I want to encourage these kind of skills in our members. That's one of my major goals. The way I want to do that is I want to look at trying to make a series of actual tutorials which are actually looking at current techniques or current exploits or analysing exploits, generating exploits. I want to start doing weekly things, maybe in a bi-weekly basis, where we all get together and we look at one exploit, we start writing exploit code, we start doing network things. I'm completely open, but I want to be doing things which are going to give you guys the opportunity to get the best employment you can do. I think that is where we should be moving as a society, is moving towards developing after this. You know, it's no good saying, oh yeah, I went to university and went to this great society for 4 years, but what did I come out with? Not much. So I want to get us to that position. Some of my minor goals, which I think we should definitely be focusing on, is increasing our presence on the internet. I think this is a huge one. Twitter's going off the hook for people in our industry at the minute. I think if we can start branching out and getting our name known and continuing security and all of these things, I think we're going to really encourage people to get interested in us, and then we'll actually make a name for ourselves. Making a name in this industry is half the battle. I think if we start doing that, then we're getting ourselves into a really employable situation. And indeed, all the web dev guys, I'd love to get involved with you. I really want to try and start moving that part forward. Another thing, which is a really cool idea, I think, is I want us to do some more projects as groups. I want us to meet up in individual groups of projects we're all interested in, and just start doing stuff. I'm not saying it has to be purely hacking related. I'm not saying anything, but anything which we can get together as a group, I don't think we have enough of that. I think a lot of the time we come and we watch someone talk, you know, we take in the information, but when do we apply it? When do we actually apply it as a group? We need to have some application. That's where we're solidifying our knowledge. I personally do that as well, and it infuriates me, so I want to try and encourage that in all of us. And as I said, there's only a few things there, and they are actually huge things when you start to think about them, but they're things which will secure our future in the industry by doing it, and it's well worth trying. So that's what I want to achieve, and I said a little bit about myself, but what do you want to hear from me? What do you want to ask me? I want to take 1 or 2 questions, not too many because we've got other people to talk. What do you guys want to hear from a president? Have you got anything you want to ask me? You know, now's the forum to do it. So I'm opening up people to questions. Don't give me a bastard of question. I'm not in the mood for that shit right now. So anyway, yeah, I'm not asking, not taking it from you. Don't give me a question.
Are you going to get a Facebook account if you become president?
I know you're saying this is a troll because I know.
No, I'm being serious.
Right? Because this is actually a deadly serious area of contention for me. I actually hate Facebook, but if it means that if it means that I'm more accessible to members as a whole, I will consider it. I really dislike it, but I will consider it, and I will obviously make, as a president, if I'm elected, I'll make myself open to all of you. I'll give you my mobile number. You'll have my email address, so you can get in contact with me anytime. I want to connect with my officers, with my secretary, with my financial Duncan.
Treasurer.
I call him financial Duncan. But yeah, no, I will make myself open, and that is a possibility I do need to look at. So, are there any other questions? I'd like to take a couple more. Yeah, I will come to you. Yes.
You seem to be more open, although you've only attended 5 meetings this year.
Yes. Well, I've had my own things this year. I must say I haven't done the best job at coming, but it is. I think if you've been in first year, first year though.
Second year games.
Your second year, right? Okay. Well, in first year when I was here most of the time, and I did very much enjoy it. And I think the only problem with this year is I've had a lot more work. I've had a lot more things I want to do personally. I've been involved with my own projects, but yeah, I do intend to be making a big commitment to this. I'm not taking the presidency lightly by any means. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. So, yeah, I'll take your question.
If you inherited the president's hat, would you wear it?
The president's hat?
I still have it.
Who's the president?
Whoever wins is getting the president's hat.
We'd have to come back to this one afterwards, but I would very much consider it. Yeah.
Just you mentioned like being behind security. When if you were elected president, would you get any security fully and be a committee member?
I think security is a big deal. I think that's actually part of one of the minor goals in increasing our internet presence. I think security is a very, very big forum for making us a bigger presence on the internet and making us better known to other companies. You know, I think just by going to cons, this is how influential conventions are. Just by going to cons, you start getting people following you on Twitter. You start to meet people. By hosting cons, think of that times 4. People do that. People get in contact with these people, and that I think I would definitely be willing to get behind security. Definitely. Is there anything else? I'd like 1 or 2 more on the list. Yes.
From a financial point of view, do you think it would be worth investing money into something such as security to improve our online presence?
So we're talking security as this ethical hacking society as a whole.
Well, security is relying on the Ethical Hacking Society's money to fund itself. So.
Right, I see what you're saying. I do think it would be. I do. I think we'd have to look at actually what we're investing. I think some of the times when you invest money, you say, yeah, I want to invest money. It's a great commitment. What are you actually putting your money towards? I think we have to be realistic about what we can and can't do. I think we can make security very good and very much something people want to come to. It's not just something, it's in the area, I want to do it. I think we could make it definitely a convention where people want to come to. This is a well-known university. We've got a name behind us. But I think investing money, we have to be very careful about. We've got a lot of facilities here already available to us, but investing money, we need to just be sure that we're pinpointing where it's most useful. But yeah, I think it would be, I would like to think about that definitely, if it was my choice. Anything else? This is the last question, if there's going to be. No? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the forum.
Ian?
Not going to waste your time with a presentation of that. You all know Liz, you all know the work I do. Always helping them, getting all the talks ready, everything in the background. Right now, Olympics, my presence, more about going. And actually show that I'm doing all this work. As far as security and that, I'm always working, ensuring this is ready for going as an event for society. So I'm not going to waste your time by talking anymore.
so organised.
Not Queen. Alright. I got that.
Switch it off.
Can you jump that? Use your impression.
Okay, now I apologise for the quality of some of the images, but you'll just have to live with it.
You've got my photo with me.
Battery's about to run out as well.
No, it's fine, it's got 19 minutes. Okay, so my presentation has a theme. My theme is South Park, because I really like South Park. And this isn't really this isn't really just about why you should vote for me. It's also a summary of some of the things we've done, and hopefully where I hope it goes, regardless of whether I'm at home or not. So I've done this for 2 years now. First year I did it with Dan. And I think we've done quite a lot. And I'm really proud of some of the things we've done. I'm really proud of the fact that we go to things like OWASP meetings, that quite a few of us are going down to these sites. I mean, the website's now set up, and all these really community-based things I'm really proud of. But I do appreciate that change is a really huge part of making things move forward and making things adapt. I think the society is awesome, and I really didn't know how to represent this with South Park, other than awesome tittage, as it's called in that South Park episode. I think there's some really great guys in society, and there's a really great knowledge base, and it's really just about moving society forward, maybe in a way that's beyond me. You know, I put as much of an input into it as I can, and maybe, to be honest, it's time for a change, which is fair enough. That's how things move on, and that's how things develop. And that's why I'm looking forward to a new committee, which I may or may not be on. Just to remind you that some of the things we've kind of done, and also about Mandarin, because that's quite important. You know, we go to our OWASP meetings. Quite a few of us have been to some of the cons. We're now around security, which is hopefully getting bigger and getting better. And one of the important things about society was to help improve CVs, you know, to get people doing things that in the end employers are looking for. Employers want enthusiastic people coming out of their degree who are really ready to get involved with their subject. And part of it was to remove the barriers between years. Really, before we had the society, there was quite a big barrier between years where fourth years would talk to fourth years, second years would talk to second years, and you really didn't talk in between years unless you maybe had one or two friends. And that's partly what this was all about. You know, get some like-minded people together and see what happens. And I think some of the results have been really good. I want society to get bigger and to get better. And one of the things that I really hope happens is that security continues, you know, past my time at university. I think that'd be a really good reflection on all the hard work that everyone puts into it, and also to the hard work of the future generations. I do think that we are the best known hacking society in the UK, and as more hacking society courses, more hacking courses pop up, and members of that course decide they want to set up a hacking society, I hope that we really have cemented ourselves in that position, at least for the near future, and it's just to keep it going. And really so that people don't forget that they're part of the community. But pretty much, to sum everything up and everything about change, I think if you don't vote Ali for Hacking Society President, you're going to have a bad time. Thank you very much.
Right guys, that pretty much sums up the presentations. As Andrew was saying earlier, it has been organised at a pretty bad time. It's in the middle of exams. We've noticed we've got half quantity here. Could have done with more people because obviously we need more people. That's what matters. You know, you're meant to be presenting yourself to a crowd here in the whole society. But people are here. I'm very grateful for everyone turning up here. You've got a week to think about who you want, although I'm sure most of you have probably already decided. Next Wednesday we will have the voting. The exact details, as in times and process, will be decided in the next day or two. but the AGM agenda, as I was saying earlier, is online. You can all check it out if you want. It's on the website and on the Facebook group with a link to Google Docs. That pretty much sums up the meeting, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed the presentations. Thank you very much for everyone that's nominated themselves.